what truly defines luxury in a car? Is it the stylish look that the car has? Or maybe the peace of mind that comes with the reliability of the car? On the other extreme end, it could be the exhilarating performance and the cutting-edge technology and features that you get in the car. For me, it could be the cocktail of all that packaged into one. That is what the BMW 740i promises. But the big question is, does it live up to that promise? What exactly is the experience of being a passenger in this car? A VIP for that matter. Experience is awesome and beautiful. One thing I can tell you is this is not the top trim of the 740i. This is, we can call it the medium. Again, BMW have made it possible that every trim or every option or every luxury thing you want on a BMW, you're going to pay for it. You get the ice trim, you have an infotainment system here with a touch screen that you can pull out as a tablet and control your seats and all that. Again, there are those that come with a system here or a screen here that you can watch all the entertainment options that you want. But so far, in terms of comfort, legroom, being the short wheelbase version of this 740, let me tell you, it's fantastic and meticulous. The only thing that is better, even on the basic trim at the rear, will be the S-Class. Because BMW likes making every little element of their cars an option that you have to pay for. This color that you're looking at on this 740i is called black carbon, and it's an option on the BMW 740, and it only comes on those 740s that have the M package. So here is the M package in her own majesty and glory. And the other things that make this car unique and special, having the M package, is of course the aggressive front grille and rear as well. And something else, you get a better design of the wheels. Let's look at how beautiful that is. Of course, I have to remind you again, it's an M Sport package and the logo is right there. The overall impression is the BMW 740i looks sportier, more aggressive and modern. A striking balance between luxury and performance. BMW have made it possible again to have carbon fiber side mirrors, and they look quite beautiful and awesome. And these ones are not those fake ones. So this is genuine, real carbon fiber. Soft opening and closing doors. You also have a carbon core badge. This is what you get as a confirmation that this is an M package that has a bit of carbon fiber elements going on. I wish this was also black because I love black on black. But again, anytime you see chrome appendages, remember, somebody's trying to go luxury. And of course, the beautiful, legendary kidney grille, something that we're used to see on any BMW. But these are not just your conventional kidney grills. These ones have a bit of a technological advancement set onto them. And that advancement is down to making sure that this car attains two things. One, it gets to cool and heat the engine appropriately. And number two, it can change to adapt to the performance pedigree that BMW promises. And then it closes to allow better aerodynamics, or what we call drag coefficient. You know, BMW and their performance shenanigans. Have you guys seen this? It's supposed to be black, but somebody painted it purple. Rolling all the way to the rear, LED taillights stretch elegantly across the width, connected by a slim chrome strip that highlights the vehicle's broad, powerful shoulders. The dual chrome exhaust tips, integrated into the lower bumper, hint at a turbocharged performance beneath the hood. It may not be that much important to some people, but whoever is buying this car, I presume one important element is they'll be, being driven to the airport, or they'll be driving around with their family, and practicality is one important aspect. And so this is a short wheelbase version of the 740i. You can also get the longer wheelbase, which will give you more practical boot space. But I'll comfortably tell you, this one will give you around 515 liters of boot space. And I know, IBRAH liters of boot space, what are these? Technically, you can fit like 3 serious, huge suitcases comfortably. And the worst bit is, something I don't like about it, BMW were not thinking about Kenyans when they were making this car. So hapa nyuma you have no provision whatsoever to put a spare wheel. And number 2, the only thing you get as extra is a first aid kit with 2 screwdrivers. This car is meant to be driven to the airport and nicer places only. Now you know. Let's agree that the ultimate car to beat in this segment, one car that has pioneered luxury and features in the interior, is the Mercedes-Benz S-Class. And to me, this particular car was an experiment from BMW to try and beat Mercedes-Benz. And oh boy, they did more than they deserved to do. First of all, the build quality of this car is beautiful and epic. I just love how it feels. Napa leather, the leather is... do I need to describe it? You know, I'm starting to sound like I'm describing something else that I should not be describing. But believe me, the build quality of this car is beautiful. Mercedes has been struggling with some few things here and there, and those things have been actually fixed in this BMW. Like the driving position that you have when you're driving this car, and how the infotainment system is looking towards you. I know BMW are geared towards enhancing more of the driver-centric nature of their cars, and of course you can feel that across the entire cabin of this car. Talking about technology, something else that I love about this BMW is I have the power to do this. Mercedes-Benz, can you also do this? No, you can't. And all that through a proper, balanced Harman Kardon surround system. Ni kama uko disco. That's the beauty of buying the BMW 740i. And did I tell you how much it costs? 5.3 million Kenya shillings. Your choice. It's funny and crazy that the car enthusiasts in Kenya are catching up on the fever of the B58. Yet, it has been with us for almost a decade. It got premiered in 2015. Okay, Gen Zs, let me take you back in time. There was a car called a Toyota Supra, right? I'll do this faster. And it was legendary, or it's still legendary, because it had one special engine called the 2JZ. One thing the 2JZ did was it offered ample power output in comparison to reliability, and that is what you exactly get when you buy the B58 plant from BMW. Spoiler alert, the newer Supras are still running on the B58 on its second generation from 2018 with a lot of improvements, but this is the first generation that we have on this 2017 BMW 740i. And what makes this engine special? Just like my cocktail, this engine has refined elements that just make it beautiful and epic. And number one element is what we call the twin power turbo. I remember I told you these are twin scroll turbocharged petrol direct injection engine, and the twin scroll single turbo, the way it works is, you know, a turbo has 2 sides. So it has the intake, it has the exhaust. So the exhaust side is what churns and acts on the intake side to pull in air and pump it to the engine and create boost and power. So this one being a twin scroll, it means on the exhaust side it has 2 scrolls that bring in twin exhaust air that pull this car to give it almost negligible or zero turbo lag. And the second element is the internal. So what you get here is forged steel crankshaft and connecting rods, or what Alex will say conrods. This is an engine that you will not worry about reliability, because most people who are planning to buy a BMW, they are worried about reliability. Component number 3 that makes the B58 one legendary piece of artwork are the technological system that it has. And one of them is the variable valve lift, which we can call Valvetronic. So that one makes this car efficient and power manageable at the same time. Number 2, you have the Vano system, which is the variable valve timing of the BMW series. And this one has 2, not 1. For guys who worry about reliability, I know you're like, Vano mbili si moja. Hold your horses. There is no reliable engine of the BMW series better than the B58. And lastly, something I need you to know is it comes with a 2-part chain, meaning the crankshaft and the timing modules of this car are controlled with 2 chains. But that will end from 2018, because from 2019, BMW revised this engine with a code called TU, and that particular engine deleted the 2-chain systems and came down to 1-chain system. They also improved the fuel pressure delivery on this engine and makes this engine one beautiful plan to drive right now in the market. This engine was so good that it won 4 times the best engine of the year on a BMW, your modern day 2JZ. Let's talk about the power output. So this particular engine on this BMW 740i is capable of giving you 325 HP paired to 450 Newton meters of torque. I know on a car like the one that did 9 seconds, the one that is just close to edging out the GTR, it's the 340i. That one, the power would be slightly different, but it gives you a range between 322 all the way to 384. And that is torque before you do your tunes and make this car power capable. Paired to this particular engine is an 8-speed Steptronic ZF transmission. Pure reliability. Reliability transmission, reliability engine. What a powerful and beautiful combo. So, let's drive this car and see, does it translate down to the wheels as they promise it on the engine? BMW has this thing they do, that they sacrifice and compromise the drive quality in terms of comfort and luxury for a performance one. But on this one, they cooked, because this car is quite comfortable. I can actually describe it as a boat just gliding on top of calm and soft water. It just feels like an awesome experience, something that I've not had as an experience in a BMW for a very long time. The air suspension, again, that is adaptive and responsive. You can tune it to adapt to any scenario. You can comfort, sport, it can stiffen up and give you that performance pedigree that you're looking for in a BMW. Something else that is a technological bummer that you have in this car is through the infotainment system and the satellite nav. This car has the ability to connect the satellite, and it can read the road ahead and adapt this car to how the road actually feels and looks before you get there. You don't get those surprises. It's quite calm for a BMW, something that I really love. But in that calmness, move from Eco Pro and snap into Sport, your gauges change to red, you only have a speedometer and a tachometer, and you put your feet down, instantly the B58 becomes a beast and it awakens the 8-speed ZF transmission. What a beautiful combo. I enjoy driving this car. It's a car that you drive when you want to have some bit of luxury, but when you also want to pull and make sure that this car drives like maniac. It's just there. Like, BMW created a very fantastic beast in the 7 Series, and I have no doubt whatsoever. So there are a few technological advances that I love. Again, the heads-up display is more of a holographic feel. It's not the conventional heads-up display that I'm used to. This one looks like, in fact, it's even colored. Everything appears in color, and it's very big and huge. The display is just fantastic, and I love that about this BMW 740i. This car is a 2-wheel drive. It's not an all-wheel drive. So all that power and torque is being sent to the rear wheel. And I am concerned. I want to see how BMW dialed in the prospects of launching this car in a way that it will not lose traction and power. And just make sure that this car shoots to 100 in an easy and serene way. Looking forward to that. So the only thing that we have remaining is test the performance pedigree of the B58 paired with the 8-speed ZF transmission. So I have a nice spot here. Let me just pull her to a stop. Those are the sensors going bananas, but don't worry. I'm going to put her in sports mode. She's in sports mode. My gauges have turned into red. I'm going to push the transmission into S. Remember, in a BMW, you have to put the car into sport mode. At the same time, the transmission has to be sport mode. So right now, I'm reading S1. 325, 450 Newton meters of torque. Woo! And 100. Whoa! 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 Let me see all the numbers. 0 to 100 in 6.24 seconds. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Come on. What a beautiful machine. That launch was beautiful. I loved it. So if you heard well, I did some few burnouts before the car took off. Of course, I lost some tractions, but this car is rated at, it's a sub 6 seconds. So the B58 carrying all this weight paired to the 8-speed ZF transmission, 6.24 seconds. Marvelous and fantastic. So value for money as we sign out. Let's talk about value for money. Right now, the current retail price of the lowest base S-Class is around 7 million Kenya shillings. And on this, I'm talking about the S400 hybrid, which is, according to somebody else, a poor man's version of the Mercedes-Benz S-Class. The highest trim will set you back anything above 8 million Kenya shillings currently. Now, this BMW with an M Sport package will set you back only 5.3 million Kenya shillings. I don't know. Currently, we do not have the cars like the Audi A8 commonly being bought in Kenya. So I wouldn't want to majorly consider that as a big or huge competitor to the BMW 740i. Now, all of us can all agree that there is nothing better on the market right now that will give you value for money better than the BMW 740i. Considering it comes with a very reliable engine, which is the B58. On top of that, it has the killer looks, it has killer performance, and of course some few elements and bits of luxury. A big thank you to KDG Imports for giving us the opportunity to review this unit, and if you want this car and many other cars that they have in stock, kindly pay them a visit along Gong Road opposite Prestige and talk to a guy called IBRAH. Should be able to hook you up with better deals. Remember to tell them that IBRAH from Conversations did send you. It will be an absolute disaster if I drove this car without reminding you how 6 cylinders from BMW really sound. Put the car on sport mode. Ah! 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 The symphony of pure niceness and pure enjoyment. That's what you get from the B58. Again. Alhamdulillah.